The following episode of The Kingdom of Isolation contains footage from the film being discussed. The footage is used solely for the purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support the animators by watching this film on Disney Plus or home media where available. This episode also contains spoilers throughout. Hello my fellow Disney fans and welcome to the Kingdom of Isolation, where in times of trouble, why not celebrate the magic of Disney? I'm Kenzie and today we're heading back to the 100-Acre Wood for something especially gentle and joyful. We're looking at Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year, which released direct-to-video in 2002. It's a story about endings and beginnings, about celebrating what's past and welcoming what's to come. Very much in the Pooh Bear way. As the gang rings in the new year with resolutions, reflections, and a whole lot of heart, we're reminded that growth doesn't have to be loud and change doesn't have to be scary. Sometimes it looks like friendship, small adventures, and doing your very best, even if your best is just showing up. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's spend a little time with Pooh and friends, where every year is worth celebrating. Now, this is the first Winnie the Pooh film where Owl is completely absent. And it's also the first Winnie the Pooh film to feature Carly Simon involved in the soundtrack.
Deep in the 100-acre wood, where Christopher Robin plays.
Now, honestly, this was such a pleasant surprise to hear her soft, soothing vocals once again. She would actually go on to help with the soundtrack for Piglet's Big Movie the following year, and you can hear my thoughts on that episode in the top right of your screens. It's Christmas Eve in the 100-Acre Wood, and Pooh has landed his Christmas tree inside a honey pot. So let's speed run through the cast, shall we? A lot of the names you're familiar with at this point. You got Kat Susi as Kanga, Nikita Hopkins as Roo, Michael Goff as a Gopher, you got Ken Sansom as Rabbit, Peter Cullen as Eeyore, John Fiedler as Piglet, and then you've got Tigger and Winnie the Pooh. You've got Paul Winchell for the archive footage. And then, of course... Guess who? Guess who? It's him again! New names this time are Michael York as the narrator and William Green as Christopher Robin. William has a Primetime Emmy nomination to his name for The Lot and a Daytime Emmy for one of the many ABC after-school specials where he was part of, while William is the voice of Colin Creevey in the video game version of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which I've actually played on the original Xbox. And then Pooh, unsurprisingly, is enjoying his honey. Eeyore has the wreath, Tigger has the decorations, Piglet has the stars, the star for the top of the tree, and Pooh manages to get the jar off his head. What else is new with our favourite silly old bear? Kanga has honey cookies to hang on the tree, and take a guess what happens next.
Oh, may I have some to hang on the tree, of course.
Oh yes, that's a great idea. Giving someone addicted to honey some honey cookies to hang on the tree. The gang starts singing Jingle Bells, leading to the first story of the film, a retelling of Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2, a Christmas special released in 1991, where originally it was Eden Gross that voiced Christopher Robin before William took over to redub the lines here, and Rabbit was also reanimated to reflect his modern appearance in contrast to his appearance in the New Adventures series. It's also the first time where Piglet's singing and speaking voice had been done separately. And in this special, experienced voice actor Jeff Bennett, no stranger to the Kingdom of Isolation at this point, did Piglet's singing voice. And in this story, it's a few days before Christmas, and Christopher Robin is writing a list to Santa of what everyone wants. Rabbit wants a new fly swatter.
Could Santa also bring Rabbit a small smackerel of honey? Just in case certain guests drop in.
Never change, Pooh. Never change. Eeyore wants an umbrella. Tigger wants a snowshoe for his tail. Piglet is undecided, while Christopher Robin just wants a sled for him and his friends to ride on. Now, you've got Steve Nelson and Thomas Richard Sharp, who wrote the music for the Christmas special of Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2, while Mark Waters wrote the rest of the music for the rest of the film, for the other story. Piglet visits Pooh, who has drawn a tree on the wall, with just one thing missing.
Of course. It needs a present beneath it.
Piglet reminds Pooh that he never asked for a present. Oops. They then try to get the letter before it reaches Santa. Piglet swallows the balloon before they get swept away, and they end up falling to the ground not too long afterwards. They then spot the letter while Tigger goes to visit Eeyore. And Rabbit... Oh boy. The pests eat his carrots, his fly swatter doesn't work, and his friends ask to borrow a pen. Pooh then decides to settle for 2 pots of honey for his present instead of just 1, and Rabbit decides to go for a bug sprayer instead of a fly swatter. Tigger wants to get Eeyore a new house, and all of this starts confusing Piglet. Seriously, everyone, make your minds up! The letter ends up blowing south instead of north. Pooh dresses as Santa and gets everyone their presents.
A 1, a 2, a 5! Merry Christmas!
The sled sadly breaks after Pooh realizes the mistake he made when the letter blew south instead of north. Pooh then takes initiative to take the letter to the North Pole himself, only to lose it in the wind.
What's Christmas if your best friend isn't here to share it?
God bless you, Piglet. Miss you every day, John Fiedler. I'm sure everything will turn out okay. Pooh gets back to his friends. Christopher Robin arrives with his sled and delivers everyone their presents, and even Pooh gets a honey pot for himself.
The perfect Merry Christmas height for this.
Honestly, moments like this are why I love our 100 Acre Wood adventures. Back in the present day, Tigger helps Pooh, the latter dressed as Santa, again, to give everyone their presents. The next morning is Christmas Day itself. Roo gets to use his sled. We get Snows, the next song in the film. Tigger is still covered in those bells.
That was a close one. Tigger has just lost control with those bells. Who are we hiding from, Rara?
And shock and surprise, Rabbit is so antagonistic towards Tigger. Eventually, Pooh ends up forgetting what he was searching for. Quite poetic, since I don't even know what he was searching for either. It's now New Year's Eve, and Christopher Robin starts putting together the New Year party. The venue of choice, Rabbit's house. Next up, Happy Pooh Year. The songs are short and don't really need much to them.
What are you doing under there, besides being sad and gloomy?
Not much.
Better question, why are you so antagonistic towards everyone, Rabbit? Tigger tries to help decorate Rabbit's house while he's only focused and, worse than it's, obsessed over one measly carrot.
My carrot will never make it through the new year with all of you around, and neither will I.
This is why I hate you, Rabbit. This is why I hate you. He then decides to go away. Can we keep it permanent, please? The scene of Pooh and his friends suddenly switching personalities has been done before in an episode of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Everyone makes resolutions to either not eat honey, not be afraid, not be depressed, and not to bounce. The last of them backfiring almost immediately, all just trying to please Rabbit.
What do we do now?
Let's see how long that lasts. As it turns out, not very. Piglet starts bouncing, leaving Tigger to be terrified instead. Honey, No Not For Me is the next song, with Eeyore eating the honey, with Pooh feeling gloomy. Rabbit plans on heading to Restful Acres, almost ready to go, only for Eeyore to show up as Pooh, Tigger showing up as Piglet, Piglet showing up as Tigger, and Pooh showing up as Eeyore, leaving Rabbit very, very perplexed.
Now I'm definitely leaving. Goodbye.
Rabbit, you wanted them to change. Now you don't like the fact that they have changed. You want change? Look in the mirror. Because the one that needs to change is you. Rabbit is about to get stung by bees. Tigger saves him, and how does Rabbit thank him? By making sure that his carrot is okay. Could you be any more ungrateful if you tried, you selfish pig, Rabbit? They all broke their New Year's resolutions and start walking away from Rabbit.
Oh, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Yeah, look in the mirror, genius! Christopher Robin manages to smooth things over, and they celebrate New Year together, finishing with a New Year's tradition in the form of singing Auld Lang Syne, a firm Scottish tradition at the end of Kayleys as well. A very wholesome finish to this festive offering. Now, time for the scores. The story, I'm going to give an 8. The narrative embraces simplicity, which works strongly in its favor. Rather than chasing high-stakes conflict, the film focuses on small, emotionally grounded moments, celebrating together, learning to let go of rigid expectations, and approaching the present. The Christmas story captures the warmth of giving and togetherness, while the New Year segment smartly uses Rabbit's resolution list as a gentle metaphor for self-improvement gone too far. These themes are easy for children to grasp, but carry enough emotional clarity and sincerity to resonate with adults, especially those who grew up with Pooh. And on the subject of the characters, I'm going to give it a 7.5. The cast remains as comforting and recognizable as ever. Pooh's earnest optimism, Piglet's quiet bravery, Tigger's boundless energy, and Rabbit's well-meaning control issues all feel true to their classic portrayals. While the characters don't experience major arcs or long-term growth, their interactions are consistently charming and reinforce why these personalities work so well together. The lack of development keeps things safe, but the warmth and chemistry of the group prevent it from feeling stale. Visuals, gonna give a 7. The animation sticks closely to the traditional hand-drawn Pooh aesthetic with soft colors, gentle movement, and storybook framing. This consistency enhances the cozy, nostalgic tone, especially during the winter scenes. However, the film doesn't push visual boundaries or experiment with much with dynamic staging or animation flourishes. It's visually pleasant and comforting rather than striking, prioritizing familiarity over innovation. Which I feel is the case for a lot of these Winnie the Pooh adventures. Soundtrack, gonna give a 7. The music supports the film nicely, blending cheerful holiday tunes with light melodic background scoring. The songs are friendly and easy to listen to, fitting seamlessly into the gentle rhythm of the story. While none of the sound tracks reach the iconic status of earlier Pooh songs, they enhance the mood without distracting from the narrative. The soundtrack does exactly what it needs to. No more, no less. And lastly, the legacy, I'm going to give a 6. As part of the larger Winnie the Pooh catalogue, A Very Merry Pooh Year feels like a pleasant seasonal supplement than a defining chapter. It's fondly remembered by those who grew up watching it, particularly as a holiday tradition, but it doesn't carry the cultural weight or enduring recognition of the franchise's most beloved entries. Still, its comforting tone and timeless themes give it a quiet staying power, as a cozy, low-pressure revisit during the holidays. So taking everything into account, we are going to give this an overall score of 71%, which puts it ahead of Lady and the Tramp 2 on 70% and ahead of Springtime with Roo on 76%. And if you're a fan of Pooh, yeah, absolutely, I can recommend watching this at this time of year. So, that is it then. No more adventures through the 100-Acre Wood for the time being, because we've still got the Christopher Robin film to come as well. And beyond that, yeah, not really much else I can say beyond that. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Kingdom of Isolation. If you did, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the Kingdom of Isolation yourself, you can hit the subscribe button down at the bottom. Click the bell, turn on notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live on this channel. I've got a past this page as well, where we have an extended episode on Belle's Magical World, plus uncut episodes of the Kingdom of Isolation as well. The next episode, we are going to be back with the Sensational Six for the last of the Christmas run before we get into this year's Christmas special. But until then, make each moment count, and I'll see you guys next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.